Good morning, everyone. This is IFEDILICHUKWU. You are welcome to the Calm Mind Tutors. Into this section, we'll be looking at how to draw lines with polar coordinates. So the question should be, what is polar coordinate? I know some of you, it's just a mathematical term. I know many of you know what a polar coordinate is. So I will assume we all don't know for the purpose of this video. Polar coordinate is a mathematical term, like I said. Look at what I have here. This stuff highlighted in blue. So we have 500. Then this symbol that looks like less than is angle, indicating is a symbol for an angle, and the 45 is the angle. So when you are talking of the polar coordinates, you are talking of something that has a distance and an angle. So we have different ways of drawing lines in AutoCAD. You can just draw with absolute coordinate system, which is same name as the Cartesian plane. The coordinates, you can actually use that to draw in AutoCAD. You can also use the relative coordinate system to draw, and the third one, you can use the polar coordinate. So I will be talking of the polar coordinate because that is more easy and faster to use compared to other ones. So mostly that is what we'll be using throughout the video, the polar coordinates. So for me to proceed further to show how to draw lines with the polar coordinate, I need to first make sure you understand how does AutoCAD understand the movement of angles, like when does it know that this is positive angle, this is a negative angle. So from when we understand that, then we'll come back to draw some shapes that involves only using lines, and you use the polar coordinates to do that. Okay, so this is a Cartesian plane. We all know that right from primary school. So how does AutoCAD make his own angle? Like, which direction does it say is positive, is negative? Looking at this, when you select line in AutoCAD, primarily the angle is at 0 degree when you place it in a horizontal direction, that is placing it in this particular direction, the horizontal part that is going in this direction. So okay, let me use this for more for more understanding. So we have this, let me use this, sorry. So when you first select a particular point, when you move in this direction, look at this is the arrow indicating the direction we have taken, and this is also direction, indicating the point you have taken. So when you select the line, you click somewhere on the AutoCAD interface working area, then you go in this direction. That is, the AutoCAD takes that as your 0 degree. Look at that, is what I have down here, which is saying that you are at 0 degree. Then you look at this movement. This movement is anti-clockwise. This movement is anti-clockwise. That is why I have this is anti-clockwise movement. So in AutoCAD, once you click that and move in this direction, you are 0 degree. Then when you move in a anti-clockwise direction, AutoCAD takes that as positive angle. It takes it as a positive angle. So that is why once we go in this way, this is 90 degree. Then you take this turn, this is 180. Then continuously you have to 270, then down back to 360. So when you go upward in AutoCAD, it is 90 degree. When you go in the left part, that is in your left hand side, you have 180 degree, and when you come down here, you have 270. So normally you can go in two directions, anti-clockwise direction and the clockwise direction. So this is for anti-clockwise. AutoCAD takes it to be positive. Then when you are coming clockwise, AutoCAD takes your movement as a negative angle, and that is this one I have here. Normally when you select at a particular point, you have it to be 0 degree. Then if you come down in this manner, you have negative 90. If you are coming in this way, then you come to this place, negative 180, 270, back to negative 360. So this might seem off, but when we start working, you'll be able to understand better. But the main thing here is that what I'm trying to show you guys is when you are moving in a clockwise direction, it is negative, and when you are using an anti-clockwise direction, it is positive. So let's go back to the AutoCAD so that we explain more. So we are back to AutoCAD. So let me explain what I just showed earlier. I click online. You click online, or you can actually type L in your command line, and the line will pop up. So the first thing I do is, if you look at this my cursor, there is an instruction there. You should always follow that instruction below the cursor. That is the plus sign you are saying. It is saying I should specify the first point, so that is very necessary. You specify the first point. So when you specify the first point, that is when the AutoCAD will start taking your movement and angle. So when I click here, I come in this manner. So if you look at that, if you look at this, we have an information that is a 0 degree. That would mean that when you click and move in your right hand side, you have a 0 degree. Let's do that again. I click online, click somewhere. Okay, so I move right. That shows it is 0 degree. Look at that green line. It's telling me it is 0 degree. Then I decide to move anti-clockwise. This is what I mean by clockwise movement. So when you are up in this, when you are going up, it is 90 degree. Then when you come this way, you have it to be 180. Then you have 270. Then if you are coming, look at it is actually taking the the clockwise direction here. So when you are coming downward, it is minus 90 degree. Okay, so let's make something so that this will be more meaningful. Let's say I want to draw a line. Okay, I click the first. I want to draw a line of 1000 mm. So I enter. Remember I said the polar coordinate is that polar coordinates have a distance and an angle. So for you to use this, you already have your angle and your distance. So let's have 1000 as my distance. Then on my keyboard key, that is on the keyboard, I click on the tab. When I click on the tab, that will not give me the space to enter the angle I want. So it's already at 0 degree, but I was trying to show you first. You enter. So you see we have the distance and the angle, which is 0 degrees. Okay, so then I want to go up by 45 degrees. I want to go up by 45 degrees. So how do I do that? Using this coordinate. So what I will do is, let's say I want to go up 1000. That is 1000 tab 45 degree. See, I am up by 45 degree. Okay, let's say I want to come down. This way, so an angle of 45 degree. I want to come down like this by an angle of 45 degree. So what do? I type 1000, which is the assumed distance, then the tab on your keyboard. Then on my keyboard I will enter negative 45. I'll enter negative 45 because for me coming down, I'm going in a clockwise direction, and AutoCAD take it as negative. Then the last one I did, I'm going in a anti-clockwise direction, and AutoCAD takes that to be positive. So that is why this one has a negative. Then I enter, and that comes in that direction. So that is what this polar coordinate is all about. So, and I know you might be wondering what is not the use of this auto mode. So I use this because for a civil engineer I want to draw a plan, and your plan is always horizontal, vertical. So all the plans that we're making will be horizontal and then vertical lines. So, and that is 0 and 90, 0, 90, 180 to 70. So when I on the auto mode, that means I already know that I have a vertical and a perpendicular line. So once that is on, I select my line. So you see that I can only go 0, 90 or 180. This is 90, this is 270 minus 90, this is 0, this is 180. So that is the only movement I can make. So I can just, since the auto mode is active, I just click. So you see that these are horizontal and vertical lines. Then this polar tracking is when you want to input any angle you actually want to. So you don't have to be 90, 0, 90, 0. So that is what the polar tracking. And so being So being able to understand what the polar coordinate is and how to use it to draw a line. So let's look at a particular, say, simple drawing to actually demonstrate what I have been saying. So I want to draw this using the polar coordinate. So I type in L and the line pops out, then I press enter. I specify my first point. Okay, I click on this first point. So I'm starting from this one here. So if you see that this line is 100 mm and the angle is 0 degrees, so I will enter 100, tab 0, and that is what we have here. And this one is at an angle of 45 degree, 500 millimeter angle of 45 degrees. So I will enter 500, tab 45 degree, I enter, I have this. Then remember, this is the 0 line where it is starting. This is the 0 line, so I can either go clockwise or anti-clockwise. So this is so at this point now, this is negative 45 coming from this is negative 45. So, and the distance is 500 mm, so I have 500, tab negative, we have, okay, so 500, tab negative 45, negative 45. You have this. Then this is also at 90 degree at the 0 and 100 mm 0 degree. So we have 100, tab 0 degree, I have that. And this one is at an angle of 90, so we come up, this is automatically 90 because of that green line. So we now tap in the distance 100, enter. Then look at the dimension. This is 135 degree, so we have 500, tab 135. So we have this come up this way. Then the same thing applies. You see the same thing. 500, tab 45, enter. 1690, 100. This is 180, 100, enter. Then this is minus 135. This is minus 135. This is minus 135. Minus 135. Then this is 135. And this is 180. This is 90. And this is minus 45. minus 135. Yes. Okay. 500 minus 45, sorry, minus 45. Then this is 500 minus 135. Then this is perpendicular. So that is how you can actually draw lines using the polar coordinate. So quickly I want to show you something. Before we have it for today. So I want to draw a box or a rectangle with just the line command. So I click this, I go in this direction, come this, and I want to actually have a vertical line here, and I want that line to stop where this one actually stopped, but I don't know the distance of this, or I don't want to enter the length of this line, but I actually want this one to end the same place this one ended. So what I will just do is I've not clicked anything. Remember, the line command is stay on. So I'll come to this end point of that line, and I'll place it this way, leave it for some seconds, then I move it upward. As I'm moving up, you notice that there is a green line showing. So I'll move it up until I get to the point where another horizontal line will intercept the vertical green line, showing that is where the end point of this one should be, in order to be on the same line with this one. So once I do this, I click. As you can see, this I didn't enter any distance. I did not enter any distance, but this then ended on the same line. So I can possibly click this. Okay, so let's do that again. I select the line command. I want to create a line here that will stop at the same place or the same point as this line here, but I don't know the distance of this line. So what will I do? I'll click this place now, then come down to this place, wait for some minutes, then for some seconds, then come up until where the vertical grid line and the horizontal green line intersect is the point I'm looking for. So I'll click on that place, click on this. You see, I'm able to make this without entering the distance. But okay, so maybe you want to draw, or maybe you are drawing and such function didn't come up. That means you have to check this place. This is what we call the object snap tracking. So this is possible with object snap tracking. It is inactive now. That is, I checked it off, I turned it off. Then I want to repeat the same thing I did before. Okay, so I want this to actually stop at the same line. Okay, as you can see, the green line could not even pop up again. The green line could not come up again because the polar tracking is off. So the green line could not come up again because of the polar tracking is off. So what I will do, I'll just come here and I'll turn on this. come to this place and wait for some minutes, for some seconds, then come up. So you see stuff is back again. So guys, that is all for today's session on the polar tracking. I'm sure you are able to I'm sure you have an insight now on how to draw using the drawing lines or shapes using the polar tracking. So you actually have to understand this, because that is what we'll be using, or that is what you'll be using as far as AutoCAD is concerned to draw. Please guys, always remember to subscribe, like and share to your friends, so that they will also gain from this opportunity. In case you have any question, please you can drop that in the comment section, or you come to the WhatsApp group and drop your question. Thank you.